A woman doesn't leave a mark just by being naked in his bed. She leaves a mark by being unforgettable in his presence. My friends, they've misled you. They handed you a script full of sparks but no soul. They said the way to keep a man is to arch your back just right, say the perfect lines during sex, moan like it's a movie scene, and pray he never looks away. But let's clear something up right now. What makes a man remember you forever has nothing to do with how loud you get in bed, and everything to do with what you whisper to his unconscious while his body is wrapped inside yours. Before we go deeper, pause with me. If you're here listening, thinking, maybe even healing while these words land, hit that like button, subscribe. This isn't just content. I pour my heart into these words because I believe love and connection should uplift you, not drain you. And if you feel the same way, if you're done with surface level games, I need your energy to keep this going. Now ladies, picture this. You're in that moment, skin against skin, breath mingling. His body is inside you, but his mind's still floating somewhere else. He's wondering, am I doing this right? Does she enjoy it? Will she stay after this? He's physically close but emotionally drifting, and then you lean in, not moaning, not performing, but whispering something that stops him in his soul, something soft, something real, something that speaks directly to the part of him he rarely shows the world. His body may still be moving, but now his spirit is listening. Oh, you see, intimacy isn't the height of connection, it's the doorway. And what you say in that doorway decides whether he walks away thinking that was fun, or lies awake thinking, what just happened to me? Because here's the truth. Every man has slept with a woman he forgot within days. But the one who spoke to his hidden places, the one who knew what to say while his guard was down, while his masculine walls were lowered, while his thoughts were fluid, he won't forget her. Not because of her beauty, but because of the way she spoke. Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Think about that. When a man is inside you, he's unconscious in the most spiritual way. He's open, he's exposed. And if you know how to speak, not to flatter his ego, but to awaken his soul, you will not only deepen the connection, you'll leave your imprint on his spirit. This isn't about playing tricks, it's not manipulation. It's about speaking light into a part of him no one else has dared to touch. It's about owning your power as a woman who doesn't just offer her body, but creates a moment so pure, so intentional that it shifts how he sees you and how he sees himself. So stop shrinking your power into performance. Stop thinking sex is the prize. You are not the reward, you are the threshold. And from now on, everything you speak in that sacred space will reflect that truth. Write this in the comments if you're ready to live this way. I imprint. I elevate. I remember who I am. Don't hesitate. Don't doubt. Say it and own it. Let this be the beginning of something deep. Stay with me, because I'm about to show you exactly what to say in the most intimate moments. And once you do, he won't just want you. He won't just crave you. He'll never look at another woman the same way again. Number 1. The body opens, but the soul decides. Picture this, the stillness after foreplay. The room is quiet, the air thick with anticipation. His body close to yours, warm, slightly trembling. His hand on your hip, your breath slows. And just before that final moment, right before you let him inside, you pause. Not to tease, not to manipulate, but to choose. And in that pause, in that sacred second between permission and penetration, you look him in the eyes and say, I don't just let you inside me, I let you witness me. That's not seduction, that's sovereignty. Because anyone can open their body, but it takes a different kind of woman to open her energy. To know that her body isn't a prize, a test or a trap, it's a doorway. But her energy, that's the temple. And not every man gets to walk in. We've been told over and over that the power is in the moment he enters you, that his desire, his chase, his climax is what matters. But let me turn that lie upside down. The most powerful moment in intimacy isn't when he enters your body, it's when you decide to receive him. Not just physically, but energetically, because he doesn't choose you when he moves into you. You choose him when you allow him to meet your essence. Your presence is what makes the moment sacred. And by sacred, I don't mean stiff or religious, I mean alive, like a flame warming a cold room. A woman who knows her worth doesn't just invite him into pleasure, she invites him into awareness, and awareness changes people. You might be thinking, but what if he doesn't get it? Or worse, what if I've already let men in who never deserved that space? Let me stop you right there. This isn't about shame, this is about awakening. You've changed. You're growing, and every time you choose depth over performance, you're reclaiming a part of your power that was never meant to be thrown away. You're building a new story. You're reminding your body and your soul that you are never meant to be a stage for someone else's moment. You are the sanctuary where connection happens. Think of it like this: your body is the entrance, but your energy? That's the atmosphere, the warmth, the scent, the presence that lingers long after he's gone. If a man walks in without reverence, he'll miss the beauty entirely. He won't even know what slipped through his fingers. But the one who feels it, he'll never forget it. Carl Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." And in intimacy, that means showing up, not just physically exposed, but emotionally present. That's not easy. That's transformative. So the next time you're with someone, remember this. You don't have to impress him. You don't have to prove anything through performance. When your energy is steady, when your gaze is soft but unwavering, when your presence speaks before your body ever does, he will feel it. He will feel you. Say it. Not with laughter, not with doubt, but with the calm certainty of a woman who's returned to herself. I don't just let you inside me, I let you witness me and watch how everything shifts, not just in his body, but in his being. Number 2, the moment he enters, the mirror begins. Now he's inside you, the moment has arrived, your bodies are moving together, breath growing deeper. But this isn't just about bodies anymore. It's an energy exchange now, skin on skin, but something far more intimate is taking place. His pace, his pauses, the way he touches or doesn't, the way he meets your eyes or avoids them, it all speaks volumes. You don't just feel it in your body, you sense it in your soul. That's when you lean in, steady and clear, and whisper, "How you move inside me tells me who you are." He pauses, not because he's scared, but because something just woke up inside him. You just held up a mirror, not to judge, not to manipulate, but to reflect. You became the woman who sees through performance and into truth. And once a man is seen like that, really seen, he cannot unfeel it. Because real intimacy is never just physical, it's a mirror. Every movement, every breath, every silence is revealing how he relates to love, to power, to vulnerability, to presence. The way he enters you reflects how he shows up in life. Is he present or somewhere else? Does he dominate or does he connect? Does he lead or perform? This moment strips away the act and lays his truth bare. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." What he meant was this: we all carry silent programming, emotional reflexes shaped by our past, and sex, real sex, the kind where you're actually with each other, not just on each other, is where those hidden patterns reveal themselves. Here's the truth most people won't say out loud. A man can fake love in messages. He can say all the right things over dinner, but in bed, his energy never lies. His subconscious shows up. And if you're aware, if you're grounded, embodied, present, you'll notice it. You'll see who he truly is when the mask slips and the ego softens. Now don't get it twisted, this isn't about judgment, this is about discernment. This is about being a woman who doesn't perform to earn love, but who reads the truth and responds with wisdom. Because when you speak to the part of him he hasn't even acknowledged in himself, you do what no other woman has done. You hold a mirror to his masculinity and say, "Show me the man behind the motion." And you do it with love, with power, with depth. Say it slowly. Say it when the air feels heavy, when he's focused, when the world outside the room has faded away. Let it hang in the air like incense. How you move inside me tells me who you are. Because those words are not flirtation, they're revelation. They're the voice of a woman who isn't there to be taken. She's there to witness, to observe, to connect, and most importantly, to choose. So remember this, when he enters you, the performance ends and the mirror begins. And if you're awake in that moment, not just in body but in soul, you'll know exactly who you're lying with and whether he deserves the kingdom you carry within. Now speak to his masculine archetype while he's inside you. Imagine this. His body is joined with yours, his breath warm against your skin, and for once his mind isn't wandering. He's not chasing a finish line, he's fully present. His pace is steady, his touch feels intentional. There's a stillness in him you've never felt before. And in that quiet moment, when his guard is down, when his masculine edge softens into presence, you bring your lips to his ear and whisper, "I feel safe when you're in me. It feels like I belong here." He may not say much, he might not even reply, but trust me, those words just etch themselves into the deepest part of his psyche, because you didn't stroke his ego, you spoke to his essence. This is where most women miss the chance to leave a lasting imprint, not through performance, not through noise, but through words that awaken the masculine archetype in him, the king, the warrior, the protector. That part of him that isn't about charm or chemistry, but about purpose. And when a woman speaks to that part of a man, while he's inside her, she doesn't just satisfy him, she awakens him. You see, physical intimacy isn't just about pleasure, it's about permission. And when a man feels permission to show up as more than just a body, as a force, a leader, a grounded masculine presence, that's when he begins to associate your body with becoming, with elevation, with home. But this only happens when you, the feminine, are attuned. When you speak to his archetype, not as if you're trying to flatter him, but as if you're truly recognizing him. That's the difference between you feel good and you make me feel protected. One is surface level, the other is sacred submission. The kind that doesn't make you small, but makes him stand taller. Because the masculine craves reflection. It isn't designed to validate itself. It grows when it feels seen by something softer, wiser, deeper. And in the bedroom, when his body is open and he's stripped of every front the world forces him to wear, your words carry the most power. So speak into that space, not with chaos, but with clarity. Not with submission, but with softness. Not with tactics, but with truth. Say it calmly, say it like you mean every syllable. I feel safe when you're in me, like I belong here. And just like that, you didn't just have sex. You confirmed his identity. Slow words, heavy meaning. Picture this, the air between you is thick, his body is moving within yours, slow and steady. You feel that familiar heat building. But you don't rush. You don't fill the space with noise just to keep momentum. You hold him there, steady, grounded, and let the silence stretch. One breath, two, and into that silence you speak. Not loud, not eager, but low and slow. It's not your body that overwhelms me, it's your presence. He exhales sharply. He doesn't even understand why those words hit the way they did, but they did. And now he's deeper in, not just inside you, but inside the moment. Because you didn't give him pleasure, you gave him meaning. And meaning is what lingers. We live in a world that rushes everything, especially intimacy, the fast words, the fake moans, the praise that feels rehearsed. Somewhere in that rush, the sacred gets lost. But you move differently. You know a woman's power doesn't live in how much she says. It lives in how present she is when she says it. There's a quote I want you to tattoo on your heart. The slower the words, the deeper the echo. Slow words carry weight. When you pause, when you whisper, when you let silence breathe between your sentences, he leans in emotionally. His nervous system begins to recalibrate. He stops performing, he starts feeling. And the deeper he feels, the stronger the bond becomes. Men aren't used to emotional silence. They're used to noise, approval, correction, reaction. But when a woman speaks in low tones, slow rhythms, with reverence instead of reaction, he hears her soul. And that's not something he forgets. Think of your words like incense. You don't throw it around. You burn it slowly. You let it linger in the air. And when you whisper, it's not your body that overwhelms me, it's your presence. You're not just complimenting him, you're crowning the moment. Don't rush it. Don't fill every second with sound. Let him feel your silence. Then let your voice return like a sacred vibration. Because when your words feel earned, not tossed away, they don't just echo in the room, they echo in his spirit. Now, touch the shadow. Don't name it. Imagine this. He's inside you. He's focused, present, trying to hold space and make it good for you. But beneath the strong rhythm and confident grip, there's a flicker. You feel it. It's subtle. Maybe it's in the way he glances at your face, searching for approval. Maybe it's in the tension in his shoulders, like he's still trying to earn something. Even now. That's when you bring your hand to his jaw, look at him, not with lust, but with depth, and whisper, you don't have to prove anything, you already are enough. He pauses not because you broke the moment, but because you just broke the mask. Even the most confident man carries a shadow, a quiet fear, a whisper inside that asks, am I enough? Can I satisfy her? Does she really feel me? Most of the time, he doesn't even know it's there, because no one has ever made space for him to feel safe enough to face it. But you just did. You didn't call it out. You didn't name the wound. You didn't hand him a mirror full of judgment. You wrapped your words around it like a warm cloth. And that's when the healing began. Carl Jung said, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. But what if, instead of forcing a man to confront his wound, you soothed it quietly? What if you became the rare woman who could hold a man's shadow, not with fear, not to fix him, but simply to let him rest in it? Because here's the truth, a man becomes addicted to the woman who calms the part of him he hides from the world. Most people don't see it, they only connect with the persona, the charming one, the confident one, the sensual one. But beneath all that is still a boy who once believed he had to earn love. And now, even as a man, he's still trying. Even when he's with you, even when he's inside you. But when you say, you don't have to prove anything, you already are enough, it reaches the heart of that fear. It doesn't shame it, it sets it free. You just became the place where he can finally exhale. So say it slowly. Say it like it's the most natural truth in the universe. Let it linger between his movements. Let it echo softly in the air. Because that sentence, that's not just affirmation. That's alchemy. And once he feels it, he won't need to keep proving himself anymore. And he'll never forget the woman who showed him he didn't have to. Say what other women never say. Picture this. His body is moving with yours. The rhythm has settled into its flow. The breath, the tension, the pulse, they're all perfectly in sync. Most women would moan here, whisper his name, maybe praise his moves, playing their role in the usual script. But not you. You don't follow the script, you break it. Because you didn't come here to put on a show for him. You came here to remind him who he really is. So in the quiet between two breaths, with your lips grazing his neck, you whisper, this isn't just sex to me. This is where I remember who you are. And suddenly, his entire system freezes. Not in fear, but in awakening, because you didn't just stir his body, You startled his soul awake. This is what most women miss, not because they aren't beautiful, not because they aren't sensual, but because they stay on the surface. They give him sounds, they give him rhythm, they give him reaction, but they don't give him reflection. They don't speak to the sacredness of the moment. They don't offer the one thing a powerful man can't find anywhere else: truth in the middle of surrender. You want to be unforgettable? Stop trying to be sexy. Start being soulful. Stop trying to hold his attention with motion. Start drawing his devotion with presence. Here's the secret no one teaches you. When a man is inside you, his body may be moving, but his spirit is wide open. His mask is gone. His instincts are bare. He's vulnerable whether he shows it or not. And in that moment, you hold the rare power to leave an imprint, not with flattery, but with truth. Carl Jung reminds us, real transformation happens when the unseen becomes seen. That's what you just gave him. You didn't just give him pleasure, you gave him recognition. And do you know what that creates? Not just desire, not just lust, it creates meaning. So speak it, say what no other woman dares to say in the heat of passion. This isn't just sex to me. This is where I remember who you are. Say it and mean it. Let it land like scripture. Let it shake loose something deep inside him. Because the woman who has the courage to speak truth in the middle of fire, she doesn't just stay in his bed, she stays in his soul. Afterglow words shape his memory. Picture this. The room is still now, the storm has passed. Your bodies are still tangled, but everything is softer. His heartbeat is slowing. His breath is easy. His arm rests over you like it's found its final home. He isn't speaking, just drifting, resting. This is the part where most women go silent, ask small questions, or pull away. But you know better. You know this is the window, the moment right after release when his mind is wide open and his spirit is tender, not from desire, but from surrender. You lean closer, tracing a line across his chest, and you say it, not trying to sound poetic, just raw and real. You bring out a part of me no one else ever has. That's rare. He doesn't answer right away, not because he doesn't feel it, but because your words just rewrote something in his memory. Trust me, he'll replay them later. In traffic, in the shower, in quiet moments when he misses you and can't even explain why. Because what you say when it's over echoes. It outlasts the act itself. It becomes the anchor in his mind, the part that stays when the body forgets. You see, afterglow is when a man is most open emotionally. His ego is quiet, his defenses are down, the armor is still lying crumpled on the floor. This isn't the time to go silent or rush to get dressed. It's the time to plant seeds, deep ones, the kind that grow into longing. This is where obsession is born, not during the act but after it. Think of it like wet cement. Whatever imprint you leave now will harden over time. It becomes his story about you, not she was good in bed. No, deeper than that, more haunting, more sacred. She brought out a part of me I didn't even know was there. Carl Jung said the meeting of two souls is like the contact of two chemicals. If there's a reaction, both are transformed. And this is the reaction. The words you speak now don't just impress, they initiate. So don't waste this window with small talk. Don't lose it in silence. Don't fill it with fluff. Say what makes him feel seen. You bring out a part of me no one else ever has. That's rare. Say it once, say it gently, then let the quiet return. Because the woman who knows how to speak in the afterglow doesn't just linger in his thoughts. She weaves herself into his identity, anchor it in his psyche, then let go. Picture this. The night has ended, the heat has faded, the laughter has softened into stillness, and the rhythm of his breathing is steady. His eyelids are heavy, your head rests on his chest, but your soul is wide awake. And you know something most women don't. The end of the moment is as powerful as the beginning, if you know how to use it. You shift slightly, Not to hold him tighter, but to create a little space, just enough to hear your own heartbeat again. You place your hand on his chest, not to cling, but to steady yourself. And before sleep pulls him under, you say it, calm, grounded, whole. I see you, but I don't need to keep you. That's what makes this real. He exhales sharply. His arm tightens, not from fear, but from reverence, because those words just set you apart from every woman he's ever known. You didn't beg, you didn't perform, you didn't try to trap him in fantasy. You gave him something richer, freedom and presence in the same breath. Carl Jung said, "A moment becomes transformation when it is sealed with awareness." And that's what this is. Not just the end of sex, but the sealing of something sacred, the kind of closure that turns temporary pleasure into a spiritual imprint. You didn't just give him your body. You didn't just whisper beauty while he was inside you. You followed through with the kind of release that doesn't come from detachment, but from wholeness. Because let's be honest, the feminine that clings pushes him away, but the feminine that releases with grace, she becomes unforgettable. She's the woman who lingers in his quiet thoughts, not because she tried to control him, but because she let him be, and still chose herself. This is where your power deepens. It's not about holding on, it's about letting go, with love. It's about saying, I witnessed something beautiful here, and I'm still whole without needing to keep it.